Hi guys, so in today's video I want to talk to you about will history repeat for crypto and altcoins. Again, I've been in crypto for a very long time now, initially since 2015, but only really serious since 2021, where one of my friends texted me and told me to buy ADA, and I made a bit of money on paper, but I never really understood how to sell and how crypto cycles work and all these kind of things, so ended up round tripping it like a lot of people did, but I've learned a lot of lessons from that, and I want to share that with you and kind of bring some wisdom. So before that, I just want to mention there's a quick disclaimer, so please read this with care. This video is not financial advice. Crypto is volatile and highly risky. No results are guaranteed. This content is for experienced users only, and there's a full legal disclaimer in the description below. Right, I made this tweet back in 2023 when I saw that there was massive potential for crypto. Again, I've been in crypto for a long time, and this was during the bear market. And I saw the opportunity, and this was the current price of stuff. Bitcoin was currently sitting at 23k. Again, I couldn't find the exact date because it wouldn't let me zoom in. So around 23k, and now it's at 116 as of time recording. Ethereum is at 1.5k, and now at 4.1k, nearly 4.2. And ADA was sitting at 36 cents, and now it's 80. Right? I didn't make this tweet for a joke. I made this because I saw a massive potential, and so far it's played out pretty well. So what we currently see at the moment is that Bitcoin dominance is starting to fall. We saw it have a positive trend on the upside at the start of the year, and now it's starting to fall off a little bit. And inversely, we're seeing the same thing with Ethereum here. Again, it was going downwards trend, and now it's starting to kind of become more dominant. And this is really, really important because we want Ethereum's dominance to go up, and I'm going to explain why that's important later. But just some context for Bitcoin, what's gone on is we've had the ETFs, and we've had the strategic reserve, and we've had loads of positive things that have currently sent Bitcoin forward and made it become more dominant, in my opinion. So we can understand where we are on the path to altcoin season, we have to look at this graph here, so this table. So initially what happens is a lot of money goes into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's price goes up, which is why we've seen Bitcoin's price surge before pretty much any coin, and why we've seen ETH lag. And what happens is a lot of the profits that people take from Bitcoin then flow down into Ethereum, which is why we've seen in the last week or so ETH is just absolutely pumped, and that's why we're seeing it getting closer to its local all-time highs in the last year or so, and especially the previous all-time highs that we saw during 2021. So what we are seeing at the moment, to some degree, is a repeat of what we saw back in 2021, which is really good. Again, it's a slightly different environment now with all the ETFs and more adoption, etc., etc. But so far, things are starting to follow. Again, this is why I think after people take profits with Ethereum, we'll start to see a load of money flow into the large caps, such as the ADAs, the Trons, the Solanas, all these kind of coins. We should see a lot of money then flow into that. So again, this is where we are with Ethereum at 4.1k. So looking really, really strong at the moment, and I suspect we'll start to see, if it can break the pattern, we can see it start to surge and beat previous all-time highs, and then the money rotation into altcoins start to happen. So something that is happening this time is that we are seeing Donald Trump essentially trying to force out Jerome Powell. So Donald Trump is trying to cut rates massively. So what happens is when interest rates are cut, it means that people generally have more money and they're able to borrow more money. And when they borrow more money, they tend to put more money on risk on assets such as crypto and stocks, etc. So what happens normally is when it's cut, the price of assets will go up. And again, Trump is calling for a really crazy interest rate cut, but it's currently in the works. So there's a higher probability around September time that we are going to see a cut. But again, Trump is trying to get a crazy cut. Whether or not that will happen, but it's looking more and more important, which is very, very bullish for us. Some other news, we've also seen stuff like big companies like Ferrari now accepting Ethereum payments in Europe and the US. So you might think, well, what's that really got to do with it? Well, you've got to understand, guys, that do you think these companies are like wanting to lose money? They're doing this because they see the use case in crypto. They see an opportunity for them to make money, right? They're preparing ahead because they know that crypto is becoming more and more adopted. And again, if it's more adopted, the price is going to go up. They must know something is going to happen. Again, they wouldn't do it for no reason. And another positive thing we're seeing, guys, is that the M2 money supply is surging at the moment. This is really, really, really positive, because what it is, the M2 money supply is kind of all of the money that's in the system. So the more money that we have in the economy means more people have more cash to invest, which means more money flows into crypto, etc. Again, couple this with lower interest rates, this makes people who invest money make more money compared to people who hold cash. So it basically, to some degree, forces people to invest money. So hopefully, guys, this provides some value of what's going on in the current market and all the bullishness that is going to come about. So yeah, thank you, guys.